Thanks for tuning in to the Prime Nostalgia, the podcast dedicated to entertainment from childhood. That's 80s, 90s, the latest 2000s. Cause Prime know it all, and Leeboy be wild, and he's from all that. Dropping gems for you to find, so that's orange, the lightest line. Prime time is all the time. We talking about the classics, and there's so many. That's Leeboy TV and PRIME. Now.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Oh, you know I'm ready with the what's up.
It's me, PRIME, and my co-host Leeboy TV back with another episode of the PNP. And what's up, Leeboy? You know, we just watched this reunion. What's good? What's up?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Black art matters. I got the Black Lives Matter on right now, but and no, I'm not endorsing the organization. I know they've been through their stuff. We ain't going through all that. But we're talking about this Martin reunion, which I thought was extra dope and extra on time on BET Plus right now. And you can go watch all that on BET Plus. Just saying. So it's a good time to start your free trial and all that.
To all that's credit. It's technically not all that's on BET Plus. It's just that Paramount Plus is partnered with BET Plus.
Okay, yeah. So that makes
sense.
So
that's the difference. That's all I'm telling y'all out there.
Well, let's not talk about all that today, but go check it out for sure. Also available on Netflix. We're excited about that. Partially available. Partially.
It's like 1/5.
1/5 available on Netflix right now. But we're talking about BET Plus today. In fact, we just went. Did you watch any of the BET Awards before we get into this? A little bit. Oh,
I've not watched the BET Awards in a long time, but I saw the Diddy tribute. I saw Diddy's tribute to himself.
Right.
And I was like, this is too much for me.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was a whole lot. I'll just say that I didn't get through the whole thing, but shout out to BET for definitely making an impact with this Martin reunion, because I thought it was a phenomenal, definitely a great story to tell. And if you've seen the show, then you know it's only worthy of a reunion and a half. I mean, we could see this over and over again, and there would be more stories and more surprises, I'm sure. But I think they did a good job of hitting all the main points and also bringing back a lot of the main stars that were in the show. So I thought it was cool. What were your overall thoughts before we get into the specifics?
I'm gonna say it could have been better. I'm not sure.
I always know you always got something. Always got a gripe. This guy. What you gonna say?
The only reason
to see, Prime? What you want to see?
The only reason I quote unquote have a gripe is because all the other reunions are the same. We sit here, we look at moments, and that's it. So I'm like, I thought Martin was gonna at least do something different, especially as how popular the show is. It's like Fresh Prince was the first one to do this reunion thing, this type of reunion thing. Then Friends did it, and now we get this one. It's probably been another one since then, but this one I thought, since they did it this way, we're gonna change it up. But no, they just did it the same.
Well, I guess I'm guilty because I actually didn't see the Fresh Prince one or Friends. I didn't. Well, I seen some of Friends. And I know they recreated the set and they sat down in the living room. But do they have the guest stars and everything the same way we saw on Martin?
They did for Friends, but not for Fresh Prince.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I mean, where do we start? Do we start from the beginning?
Yeah, I guess we could start at the beginning with Affion Crockett. Affion Crockett was a weird choice to me to host this.
Who do you want to see? Who do you want to see?
I mean, I would have somebody that was like either on the show or like somebody that was like a recurring character. Like I would have had like Nipsey host, like somebody in the world, like David Allen Greer or somebody like that to host.
Yeah,
because.
Or Tommy Davidson. I mean, he showed up. I mean, I guess we can kind of spill the beans now. And he's been on our podcast. Just saying, make sure you go check that out. But he might be on
again. Proud Family season 2.
Okay,
we don't know.
Y'all tag Tommy. But no, I think he could have been actually a pretty good host for this. And although he played a great role in just being a feature star for sure, so I thought that was dope too. But I don't have a problem with Affion. I mean, it is kind of random. I'll say it's pretty random, except for what Affion knows how to play a lot of characters, and that's what Martin is definitely known for.
If they would have did characters, but since they didn't do no characters, it don't make sense. It's like Raven Simone does a lot of characters too, but does she? I'm just saying. Jay Farrow does character. Jay Farrell does characters in
Oh
it.
yeah, I mean Jay Farrell would have made it. I mean, I think Farrell could have done it as well. So I think that's what the way they were going is just someone that is physically gifted at comedy and also a character actor for or character comedian because that is the strong point of the show for sure. And they definitely make sure to point that out in the reunion. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, but then we get everybody coming in. We get Carl Payne, Tachina Arnold, Tisha Campbell. What was she wearing, by the way? I don't want to get into
Tisha,
it. But
oh, we
yeah,
got to do it. Can we start off?
I'm not getting into it. I'm just saying I don't think that should have been worn. That's just me.
It was
So
just something about how it was just like covering up everything, and it was just like I don't know. It looked like crooked or something.
yeah, I don't
I
know
found
what.
myself staring at it a couple times. Like, is it backwards? Is it? Oh, looking like it was to the side a little bit. But shout out to Tisha, man. She's doing her best out here. She's been doing it a long time, so it's nothing but respect for the queen.
Yeah, Tisha Campbell, and then we got Martin Lawrence coming in, and Martin looks a lot different nowadays.
What you mean, man? What you mean?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not even that it's not even like if he gained weight, sure. It's not even his weight. It's like his face looks different.
Yeah. It's because he gained the weight in his face, and he was super skinny then, though. He was pretty small.
Yeah, but it's like because I was going back and watching some of his other movies. Even he was very skinny. His face was still big for some reason. I don't like, and even in Bad Boys 2, you can start to see it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So I was like, maybe that's just something that happened to him.
And they killed him in Bad Boys for Life, right? Well, they killed him. But no, I'll say, Martin still looked good. He still looked good. He definitely looks different, like you said. Cole might look about the most, like the closest to he did back then. Tashina, and then
Cole did it the right way. Cole grew out the beard, and he stick to the hat. So he got a hat and a beard, and you good.
Right. So he came out fresh. They all look pretty good, except Tisha, come on, girl, we gotta work on that outfit. But other than that, they was straight. And they all, held themselves pretty well, like had a good decorum in general, could speak well. So it was good to see them still on their P's and Q's versus, you never know, some these days people will be coming out crazy, but pretty much they all held it together. And Tisha and Tashina, they're still working heavily. Obviously Martin's still working, so they're doing well. God bless them.
Yeah, Carl still working as well. He's a dad on young Dylan. So
they did say that. They did say that. So so he's still doing his damn thing. They all doing the damn thing. So
they all doing it. But we can just get into it. Pretty much they start off, they kind of showing, they're kind of talking about basically asking the same old questions of, did you know it was going to be an impact 30 years later? No, I didn't. Okay, dang, man, I hate those type of questions myself. Like,
but I mean, it is pretty corny. Like, yeah, because you just hear it every single time, and they're just up there basically just praising themselves and praising the show and how successful it was. I mean, yes, we do need to hear that, but maybe it would have been more interesting if they had like a director or like someone send in some messages. Like imagine Will Smith saying, "Oh, we was just trying to compete with them." Like that would have been pretty dope if they would have had some outside voices, maybe. But
Leon,
yes, sir.
Yeah. When you were watching Amanda do Ask Ashley and all that, did you think 30 years later that it was going? All right, no.
How they be like, nah, we was just watching it. I don't know. We was just doing
just chilling.
it.
I don't know. Like
we was just happy to be there and get paid. That's all we was worried about. Look, that'd be the real truth. But then it's always the fans that elevate it to another level. Because I will say, I think I might have been at least at the time. I was a bigger fan of Martin over Fresh Prince, just because it was just more raw. You would see the hip hop artists, and I recognize that Fresh Prince became a bigger brand. But a lot of those episodes I saw when it was in syndication, because if you weren't watching it the night of, then when were you watching it? When it comes to Fresh Prince. But I remember we was sitting down at Martin every week. I can't remember what day of the week it was, but it was like everybody was glued to it.
And it was on Fox too.
So there you go. from the adults to the kids, we was all over Martin. So, um, did they know it was going to be that impactful? I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, you have to think. I mean, Martin knew he knew he was bringing some funny people on there, and he
I
pretty
think
much
he knew he was bringing it, but then he was being himself. Like this is stuff he was doing on Def Jam.
right.
So but I will say one thing I would have included though. I would have included blooper reels. They kind of included it, but they showed one scene. I would have made a montage of blooper reels because that's one thing that I miss in TV. I miss like where they used to have them laughing, and they would just show it anyway. Like it'd just be in the episode just because.
Yeah, they would just do it at the end after the credits. They would probably show like your favorite scene, all the takes it took Martin and Gina to get together, and same thing on Fresh Prince. They did it a couple times, right? They would
but even some scenes where they broke, they showed it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's like I guess that scene was funnier than the scene that they got. Like have you seen the Jamie Foxx scene where Mark Curry falls and they still go
on Jamie Foxx show?
Yeah,
I can't remember now.
Well, he tries to come around the corner and he slips coming around the corner, but he has to keep a straight face and everybody else is laughing, so they all turn their head and laughing, and he has to try to play it straight out. I just think stuff like that is cool because it makes it more funny when it's genuine.
Absolutely, yeah, and I mean that just speaks to the times because Jamie Foxx was early 2000s. This was mid to in late 90s, actually early 90s, and TV was just better then. Sitcoms were just better, especially I mean this is coming off the back of also In Living Color, where you could tell there was definitely a whole lot of improv and them being silly and just being themselves. But watching this actual reunion taught me a whole lot about how much actual improv was going down on the set of Martin, because it seemed like everybody was improvising based on the way that they were talking, which is dope to hear.
Yeah, I mean they did do a lot of improv. I've heard a lot that it was a lot of moments improv because they was like Martin wanted to see like where you're funny or if you could bring it. So I like that, and you could tell a lot of it was improv because it's just like I guess he trusted them. Like he trusted Tommy and Carl and Tisha to say, what was your character do in this moment? So I kind of like it. And then it's Martin. So Martin can like literally fill the whole scene up and then just have them react to him in the scene.
But then he was telling people like Tommy Davidson, like literally do not pay attention to any of the lines. Do not read the script. I mean, like that's just the next level of trust for, people just coming in on the set because he knew their talent level. So
and plus they were already in Living Color. So those type of things make sense. Like you can't tell like Snoop Dogg to improv. No. Yeah, you got to tell somebody that know how to do it to improvise. But But anyways, we're playing these clips. So we played Martin's best moments, Gina's best moments, Cole's best moment, and Tommy's best moments, and Pam's best moment. It was cool, but it was just like 2 minutes each person. Like, all right.
You would have wanted to see it longer?
I would have wanted to see like I don't know,
play it out or something, or talk about each scene or something.
I don't know what I wanted to see. I just didn't want to see them watching it and then like I don't know. I just didn't feel. I wasn't feeling it. I guess I don't know. Just like having those scenes come up and then it was like, I remember this. Yep. Mm-hmm. You remember this? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just wanted something more. I don't know.
You wanted to get up there and act it out again, or what? I mean, I really liked. Well, I will say I like Gina's top 5 because they had my favorite scene at the end, the kiss my when she took too many painkillers, and that's the Pretty Ricky episode. We talked about that on one of these episodes not too long ago. But yeah, so I love seeing. I mean, I just love those reminders. Like when Gina came through with the headboard, that was funny as hell. The top 5 between her and Martin, all their moments of a couple were all pretty memorable. Brian McKnight and
I know why I didn't like it.
What's up?
I just remember the reason why I didn't like it is because after each moment, Afion asked the same question. That's why I didn't like it.
He was just like, where did you come up with that character?
No, after each character, after each moment that it showed each person, he was like, so do you think 30 years later that you could have did it? He asked the same question. I just noticed that. After Carl was talking about how Cole was, he was like, and did you know 30 years later that you could be doing the bird call? He was like, no. Like, I was just doing something that I seen on TV. And
Okay,
then,
you got a point there. You got a
yes,
point there.
Tashina
Apion
Arnold
was
came with as Pam. Did you know all these years later you'll still be Pam? Like the people still know you as Pam? Nah, I did. Like it's the
actually
same
I was
question.
actually after that first season, I kind of figured, yeah, that it's kind of going
It's
somewhere.
same question, man.
Oh man, I will give you that. It was the same recap after each one. Like either, oh yeah, did you think that everyone would still remember it? How'd you come up with that part? Oh, or take me to that moment, right? He
Mm-hmm.
said that.
Yep.
He said that a whole lot. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's necessary for them to have, I guess, the top five of each person, I guess. But it definitely was just kind of spreading the love around. So it only makes sense. It only makes sense that they went through it. And then they surprised us. Well, I was thinking, where was Bruh Man at? I thought they forgot about Bruh. Uh and then he just popped up in the middle of them talking about Snoop Dogg. I was
This
like,
man popped in the window and then almost got stuck in the
oh
window.
yeah, he did. He did.
He was like, I thought he was just gonna quit and then just go in the door. He's like, nah, I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna try to fit.
Mhm.
He ended up fitting. He was in character for the first part. I was like, okay, cool, being character, and I was like, okay, cool. And then Afion asked the question:
Did you think
did you
that people?
think 30 years later that she would be asked you be about bro, man? He was like, nah, I would just act like my uncles. Like, come on. Maybe that, man, you know what? I don't know. I could put together a compilation of Apion asking, did you think 30 years later, so and so and so? And I'm telling you, I have a lot of footage.
Yeah, you might have a whole lot, but yeah. I mean, it was good to see bro, man. It was good to see everybody. Who else popped up? Should we just go through all that? Or should we get to this Tommy Ford stuff?
Tommy, you heard Tommy pop W, talk about Tommy?
No, I mean, I said Tommy Ford, not that Tommy. We could talk about all the guests first.
Oh, Tommy Davidson popped up. The weird one to me, even though I liked her episode, was Marla Gibbs.
I think they just wanted to show an elder,
Yeah, I mean, she is a legend.
give her flowers, yeah, while she's still here for sure.
Yeah, she is a legend, but I was like, that's kind of weird one. It's cool, but it's kind of a weird one to just have her at the 30th anniversary. I would have put somebody different that's been on different episodes at the 30th. But whatever, it's cool.
I'm surprised David Allen Greer didn't come through with.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go through. And I'm kind of mad that they didn't show my favorite moment in that scene when he did his entrance in the church, rather than him doing the praise. Because I got a feeling everything's gonna be all right.
All right. I wanted to see Martin as his mom going crazy in the church when she bit the pew. They didn't show that, huh? I was like,
they didn't. Did they show Mama Pain? No, they showed Mama Pain. Mama Pain from like the first season.
Yeah, they showed. They showed Mama Pain during the character part, but yeah. So I mean,
they don't show one clip. So like they only show one short clip, not like continuous clips.
So yeah, I think they definitely, David Allen Green was a little bit of a miss. And what is the dude that was at the radio station? What is it? The actor's name that was also in Jamie Foxx show?
Oh, Garrett Morris.
Garrett Morris.
Well, I think they got beef, so I don't know.
Okay, I was gonna say, I mean, God bless. I was gonna ask if he was still alive.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Yeah. So he should have definitely been there. But
I think him and because he got shot and almost died, and Martin fired him. So.
So that's fucked.
That's messed up. Martin was like, "You ain't coming to work." He was like, "I got shot and I'm almost dead." And Martin was like, "Oh, okay."
You gotta move on. I mean, speaking of people that were missing, you tell me I did not see the clip of Biggie. It wasn't Biggie on the Martin show, or am I tripping?
Yeah, they played it.
Okay, maybe I just
they played it, but they played it for just Gina's best moments.
Okay.
So when they talk about celebrity guests, they didn't play it for that. They just played it for. Which her episode was funny because she was like, people like to.
Oh yeah,
they got talent and. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just felt like they should have highlighted. Yeah, like you said, it was in Gina's best moments, but I think they could have highlighted it again when they showed the hip hop artist. They talked about him, and then that leads to Snoop Dogg coming on. You know what I'm saying? And he came on in a couple capacities. He also did the performance at the end of the reunion. But Snoop is one of my favorite rap artists of all time. I think he's the best rap artists of all time, in my opinion. Not the most skilled, just the best, just the GOAT, just the
I
GOAT.
would say
Someone
he's very business minded when it comes to rap because he'll do anything.
who do anything. I mean,
He'll try anything.
I'll just say he's like one of the most recognizable, biggest personalities that rap has ever seen, and I don't think there's ever going to be anyone that'll top that. Could have been Pac. I mean, Jay-Z would never be a personality. Big was not a personality. He had great skills, but for me, it's Snoop. Snoop is a
I mean, Snoop's
representation of rap.
personality is weed. So is that that's his personality.
No. Snoop can do anything. He can sing, he can act, he can rap, he can
Whoa,
dance. He
whoa,
can dance. He can
whoa!
kill on
He can
verses.
sing.
Yeah, he's Snoop Lion. He had a whole reggae album and a gospel album.
All right.
Don't play with Uncle Snoop now. Do not play with Snoop. He can sell weed. He can sell TV shows. He can sell anything. That boy can do the damn thing. But yeah, he did his thing. They all, gave him his flowers, and he was showing mad love. Tashina Arnold was hilarious. I mean, he was definitely, I think, yeah, one of the staple guests that actually came back and sat on that couch. Probably the one that has gone the furthest, and he gave Martin a lot of praise for starting his acting career. So I thought that was an
Hey
interesting,
Snoop, did you know 30 years
interesting
ago
fact.
when you was on
Did
this
you know
show
that you would
that you would
still be acting?
that you would
That
be
you
like
would?
one of the biggest people in the game?
I had no idea. He was, yeah. So
No.
shout out to
But
Afion and Scoop. Any other? I mean, we talked about Marley Gibbs. Shout out to Queen. Bruh Man came through. Anybody else we
we had
missed?
a video from Tracy Morgan, which I think that probably was an old video, but we still got a video from Tracy Morgan. But
Mhm.
I would rather have more people sending. I would have had like celebrities sending videos saying how important Martin was to them, like
Right. That's some,
bigger, higher up celebrities.
yeah, I mean that would have been great to get like we said, the Will Smiths, even the
Or like Kevin
Jaleel
Hart
Whites,
or
Kevin Hart. Yeah.
whoever. Yeah,
I'm thinking of people that were on TV at that time, but yeah, Kevin Hart definitely is influenced by Martin. I'm definitely 100% influenced by Martin, from the haircut, you know what I'm saying? Been
yeah.
getting
Like Raven
the bald
Simone could have been
fades,
on there. You know?
So you could put me on there, you know what I'm saying? I've been getting the bald face since I was 9 years old because Martin. No, I'm playing. But no, Marty, man. I mean, and that's who we gotta end this thing talking about. Not that we're ending now, but I definitely want to get into his characters.
We just tell you right now. You know what? Let me not say that.
Don't say
I
what
didn't.
you want.
I didn't watch the Tommy thing in full. That's all I was saying.
Oh, okay. You did tell me that you fast forwarded through that, or you
Yes.
didn't watch it. And any particular reason why? Because I would like to
I
hear
wasn't.
why.
I didn't sign up for no gospel performance. That's all that was. I didn't sign up for no funeral. That's all that is. It's just me personally. Like I would have loved that they honored him with clips, the clip show, and they would have did it that way. But I didn't need a full fledged funeral, and they all is in all black, and I didn't need that personally.
Did you see Martin's face? You didn't see none of it. He was he was looking like, this is, are we doing this?
Nah,
You
I
gotta
didn't
see.
I didn't see his
He
face.
was
No.
looking like, bruh, what are we doing here?
I all I seen was they was like they were gonna bring up Tommy's kids, and then they came up with that after they got off. I didn't watch any of what everybody else said.
Now I will say, before we get into this, I 100% respect to Tommy Ford. In fact, he is an LA legend. I've actually met him a couple times. He's come down to AGC plays. He was close with Whitney Raquel Robinson, and the personality that they were saying about him is absolutely true. He's one of the best people that you'll meet in the industry. He's always hugging the kids, showing love, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to say now is nothing about, not an indictment on him or his character in any way, but I thought that it was just a little bit too much. I felt the exact same way as you did. Like, I didn't sign up to come see no funeral. I mean, we came here for laughs, and I don't think that they didn't do any disservice to him by honoring him in the way they did, other than the way that it was done. Like, he is a comedic actor. He's all about the feel good and feeling the uplifting spirit and positive vibrations. And while there was a hint of that there, they all kind of gave their eulogy speeches. I think it was just a little bit too dramatic for the setting that we were in. But everybody spoke a really good word about him. I will say that his wife's speech was a little bit too long and performative. I will also say that, but she's not an actress. She's not here to give an award-winning speech. She's here to honor her husband. So God bless the family, Tommy
And
Ford.
not to
And
be mean, not to be mean.
don't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it. Don't say, come on.
Keep going, keep
Why you
going.
gotta go to the next level? It's usually me taking it to the next level. But Tommy
I'm
Ford,
just saying,
man,
I'm just saying, I didn't sign up for no funeral. A
right.
clip show with a sad song would have been perfect, and then at the end put in memoriam to Tommy Ford, and we're done. We did this 15-minute funeral,
I
and
I think they were just, I think Martin and them were hurt because maybe there was a reboot on the table, and that could have been a decided, because it seemed like Martin, he tried to keep putting it on that we're missing a big part. He's kind of the reason why we're not doing it. So I think they just felt compelled to do, like, go over and beyond, because they never really got to like celebrate with him on screen. So I think they just wanted to really go
well,
over and show, really give him his
Tommy
flowers
died in
in an extra
2016.
way. 2016.
Uh, I don't think they had no plans to do no Martin reboot, probably until he died.
You think that's when they thought about it?
Well, only because the nostalgia culture was big, but it didn't start garnering reboots until like 2015, 2016, and later on.
But I'm sure they always thought of it in their head, though. I'm sure if you were a part of, especially Tisha Campbell, she was going through
Yeah,
some
but
things. I think she was
I'm
one of the main
saying
people that brought it up. Yeah,
the nostalgia community obviously is big, but it wasn't big enough to garner
I agree with
stuff
that.
like it is now.
Yeah, I agree
So
with
it's
that.
like even if like 2012 they thought of it, it probably wouldn't have did as good as like if it was to come out now because nostalgia is different now than it was.
And I do think they should bring it back. I think they should find Tommy's spirit, a person that has his spirit, but not necessarily is playing him. And they should not try to recreate him in any way. I mean, there's so many different things you could do to just write him kind of out, and still explain it. But I mean,
I
people
don't think we
pass.
need a reboot. I'd rather do a spin-off than a reboot.
Yeah, maybe just with the two ladies or something. I would love to see
No,
Tashina.
I would have it be like I don't know the Paynes. I don't know. Like I would have it still be Martin, Gina, and them, but like I would have it be different. Like I wouldn't have it be Martin. Like I wouldn't have them in the same apartment. Like I don't know. Say if they have kids and the kids moved in that apartment, and
See, I would love to
I don't know.
see Tisha and Tashina's characters, Pam and Gina, be like divorcees, and then Martin is
But
just the
then, so you
Martin's the
want Fred and
baby.
Martin to hate each other?
Yeah, Martin is the baby
That's
daddy.
too
Yeah,
real. That's
the
too real
baby
life.
daddy that's 15. They got a 15-year-old kid, and they still trying to make it work. I would
That's
like to
too.
see
That's
something
too
like
real
that.
life. Them
Yeah, I
hating each
love it.
other.
Yeah, I would love it. But anyway, let's anything else on Tommy that we I mean, they showed a little bit of his clips. I think they did a little bit, but they could have definitely broke down a couple more of his scenes, because he actually had some very meaningful scenes where he got real deep. And then I remember it would just be cut off by, "You ain't got no job, man." It'll always get, he would say a lot of deep quotes on these episodes, and they could have brought out some more, I think. But
GT
yeah.
GTD.
Oh, got the draw, man.
He was like, and what does that stand for? I got the. It's like, bro, just it was just such a big pause in the courtroom. It was just, uh, but yeah.
Great, great stuff. Great stuff.
Rest in peace, Tommy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
LA
yeah,
legend, man, true legend right there. And I'm glad to see him get his respects. I think they could have just done a little different. But before we, in this thing, we got to talk about the man, the myth, the legend that's Martin, and some of his characters, some of our favorite times and favorite episodes and favorite moments. Do you have a favorite character?
I say, Jerome. I say, Jerome, bro, that way he was like, jangle. All right, nah. Jerome was cool though.
Jerome was always great. And there was I mean, so many characters. I like Otis
Bob from
too.
accounting is funny too.
Bob from marketing. Bob from
For
marketing
marketing, yeah.
was When he said Cowabunga, dude, he's always like throwing these crazy.
Like,
So,
dude.
yeah, I don't know what he said.
Otis is funny too.
Otis was always hilarious to me because he used to be chasing down Pam and Gina every once in a while and hating on
He
them
would
and
not necessarily chase them down. They just for some reason always bumping into each other. Like,
right at the bank and stuff and everywhere. He would just always be around. Love them. Love the little kid. Damn. Roscoe, snotty nose kid, was definitely always hilarious. And shout out to
remember when Marcus was on?
I was gonna just say shout out to Marcus who was on that episode with Roscoe. He always, that's one of his, I'm sure, storied moments in the entertainment industry. And when Marcus, we're talking about Marcus Polk.
I'm sorry, I lied to you, Mark. I did want to go to Arizona.
But yeah, I mean, I think my favorite might have been Jerome. It might have been Jerome. Shanae always was next level though. Shanae was always doing.
So okay, I have a weird thing. I personally probably didn't like Shanae as much as other people, but that's just me. Maybe I'm a hater. I don't know, but I just thought I was like, okay. I knew people like that, but I was like, I didn't necessarily think it was funny because of how over the top it was.
It was very over the top, and then
Dragonfly Jones was cool too. Not forget.
Right. Dragonfly Jones, the black. Well, he wasn't a black belt, right? He was I don't know.
But he was like a no belt.
Yeah, he was out of the orange karate suit. That was always hilarious. But yeah, man, there's so many moments. And I think some of my favorite moments though from Martin was just his physical comedy. When he just be doing things like boxing and dancing, or he's beating up the damn raccoon out the cabin, or he's getting beat up in the in the boxing ring.
Getting beat up by Michael Jackson.
Dancing and just doing all this funny stuff.
I think his body movements, like him, like I think two things: his body movements and him dancing on the shows, like the physicalness, like you said.
He's just like the way he where did he?
Yeah, because when he dance, every time he dance, he be like,
oh,
it's like the guy in a Blue Streak. Almost.
Right. He just has a perfect 90s personality. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just quintessential 90s, like from a grown man's point of view, is like exactly who you would want to be as far as the comedy, the swag, and just being a guy that was just the guy, he was just Martin. So everything he did in all of his characters, I mean, because you see those steps in Jerome, you see him in Otis, so you can kind of see like how they all like intertwined together, but still he just came off, the character work was so phenomenal. He was just like different person in every scenario. So man, always shout out to Martin. I think this is always going to be his best work. He was great in Bad Boys, some of those same things. Great on as the host too on Def Comedy Jam. Yeah. That's going to be close, but I think Martin is his greatest work just because of the character.
I think Martin is his greatest work because he had control of him. So I think that probably was why, it's like something that's somebody's greatest work. So when they have full control and it's on a higher level. So I think that's
similar to Chappelle's show.
It's like if Jim Carrey was to come out with a show right now and he got full control and it's on like Fox or whatever, it would probably be a good show because he got control of it. Rather than like people telling him, "Hey Jim, can you do this?" He's like,
all right,
I'll do it, but I don't know if it's gonna work, type of thing. So.
Yeah, man. So, man, if you haven't seen this Martin reunion, please go rush to it. BT Plus, go ahead, get your free trial. You know what I'm saying? Tell them Prime Nostalgia sent. We should be having a promo code or something. Look, no, we're not on that.
Not level. For BT Plus. So people hate us, and we give them a free promo to BT Plus. That's no use.
Well, you can start the free trial. Hey, all that's on there. Go watch all that on there. I'm sure there's some Miss Pat's on there. Okay.
75 Medea movies on there.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've already seen those. So shout out to everyone over there that's putting it together. They trying to put some content together on these
well, they need more than Medea and Tyler Perry products. They need more than Tyler Perry products to do.
Hey, I said they got all that. It's not in the top 20 as far as
You know, they got Danny. They got like a lot of weird shows. They got all Nick shows on there. Danny Phantom was on there and like other shows.
That's
like that.
crazy.
So I was like, it's definitely the Paramount. It's definitely they took it from Paramount. But real quick before we leave, what would you have wanted to see different?
What would I have wanted to see different? I would not. I was not a big fan, like I said, of the memorial, the funeral in the middle. That's definitely number one. I would say, maybe a little bit of audience, maybe something like that, just to bring back the 90s feel. And I would say some definitely some like testimonials from Martin's peers. Those are the like, because Martin, he seemed like he didn't want to big himself up too much. He didn't want to, like, they was showing him love, like Tashina Arnold. Is okay, that's one thing coming from Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they supposed to be showing them love, but I don't think there was a big enough voice to really say what Martin did with this show. Like they should have had Spike Lee come on or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like someone like
I think Martin is just weird about it in general.
Chris
I think
Rock.
he's just weird about
Chris Rock could have said something, man.
I think Martin is just weird about people giving him props in general. Because I've seen him, he was on Kevin Hart's like podcast, and Kevin Hart was just talking about how great Martin was. He was like, yeah. Like, that's all you got to say is yeah.
Same thing when him and Will Smith were on the Breakfast Club. It was very similar that way, where he was, you know, there was a time when he was a bigger star than Will Smith. It was a very short time, but there was a time, and he was trying to really give him his flowers about and recognize that period. But I mean, it didn't seem like Martin was taking it too well, like you said.
I would have you built the whole set. I mean, you could have just did one scene. You could have did one.
You just want to see him act it out. We should have did one scene when we was at the Culture Experience. We put our pictures up too.
It's just you got the whole set. People want a reunion. I personally don't want a reunion show. I would rather just do like an hour special.
I don't think they got it in them. Not to redo the old show. They can't. I don't think they would. I don't think they can do it justice.
I don't want them to do a show. I just want like an hour special.
I'm just saying, like, if Martin would have got up there and done a couple moves, him and Gina just don't look quite the same. I don't know if they would do it justice. I think they wanted to just sit down on this one. You know what? I think Tashina Arnold could. Yeah. I think she has the energy. She showed it. She showed that she still had the energy. So did Tisha. It's a different energy. But Martin, I don't think he feels the same. I don't think he feels like the same Martin, which is why he's so reluctant to do it. I think that's what it really is. It's him.
Let everybody know where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me at Leeboy TV, LeeboyTV.com. I just came off the show. For AIA Collaborative. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. You can see some of the highlights. Has some dope artists and a dope co-host, Majora, there as well. So you guys definitely tap in with them, tap in with me. I got some things coming. You might have seen me working out a couple times on IG Live. Come in and do a couple push-ups with your boy. Me and Champ Fitness been doing our damn thing. Shout out to Moses. Other than that, you know, at Leeboy TV everywhere.
So Sheaf was pretty fun.
Yeah. It was dope. We had a good turnout. A lot of dope artists. You know, I had fun with the co-host, and so no complaints. I'm gonna be back. Sheesh.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to build a little culture out in LA, just underground artists doing the damn thing and supporting each other. So that's what it is.
Yeah. And then as for me, you can follow me at KVNG Primetime. Follow the podcast, Prime Nostalgia Pod.
Bruh, that's all we got. And you know what we say at the end of these things.
Primetime is all the time.
All the time. We out.
Yo.
Prime Nostalgia.
Thanks for tuning in to the Prime Nostalgia, the podcast dedicated to entertainment from childhood. That's 80s, 90s, the latest 2000s. Cause Prime know it all, and Leeboy be wild, and he's from all that. Dropping gems for you to find, so that's orange, the lightest line. Prime time is all the time. We talking about the classics, and there's so many. That's Leeboy TV and PRIME. Ow.